Thanks for joining us on Art Geek Teaching. This is a channel that gives tips, tricks, and techniques on mixed media as well as living your best creative life. If you find value in what we do here, consider hitting the subscribe button. Have a great day. Hey everybody, T.O. from Art Geek Teaching. Today we're going to take a look at Studio Sunday coming up. So first, what we'll do is take a peek at this. This is just one resin pour that I was doing. You won't be able to see what it is, but I can put a little blurb in there. It's just one image that I had to finish for a show that is underneath the masonite. And then this one here was my little bling test that I did. That was one of the projects today. So we'll go out in the studio. Not much has changed in the studio, but a few different things. We got some of the bench projects cleaned off, and I decided I'd work on this guy and see if I could get him finished up this week. Right now I'm just doing a few tests to see if I am going to use Prismacolor markers or if I'm going to use Tombows. I've used a little bit of pan pastel, and I'm just trying to figure out which way I'm going to do it. I have decided I'm going to cut out my decals and then adhere to the board, and then after that I will give them a coat of matte medium, and then I will put on my deco foil. Deco foil will be last, and then from there I'll be able to go ahead and resin coat over them. Okay, on the east bench, these are a few different canvases. This is a work in progress that I was stuck on. I've got figured out how to unstick, so this one will be finished up this week. This was just a test, not sure what we're going to do with it. This was just play. Probably going to finish it up, and it'll either get whitewashed, thrown out, or used, one or the other. And then on the west bench, this got moved from the floor up to the bench, and so basically what's going to happen is the bottom of this, all of this will get sanded, and the bottom of this will get some dark wash on it, and then I can move on with putting the Raven in there. And then this is a project that I started. It's a collaboration, and all I have to do is give this one light sand, and then I'm going to, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to collage the bottom of this and then we paint over it, or if I'm just going to leave it. So I'll decide on that in the next couple days. And then these guys over here, the only thing I have to do on them is sand the bottoms, paint the sides black, and call them good, and they're ready to roll. Same thing with this little guy. So those are the projects that are getting finished this week. Project that I started and finished was the one that's under resin, and so I'll put a little blurb in it. Okay, so here is the piece that I poured resin over, and I actually have a video that I talk about this piece. You know, it's a weird one, Mr. Grinch. It's a really strange piece, but there's a reason for that, and I do have a short video coming up that talks about it. Doesn't tell how I made it, but it does talk about the piece. And here's one other thing that I did. This is actually the beginning of the resin piece. I just cut a piece of masonite down, sanded the edges of it, and then brought it inside to make sure it fit this frame. That is it. That's kind of the studio as it sits today. Thank you for joining me. Have a good day.